As we enter the final week of the Major League Baseball regular season, the conversation around the most valuable player in the American League has reached a fever pitch, and it is impossible to ignore the clear frontrunner who has dominated this debate all year. Across the league, analysts, fans, and players alike have weighed in, offering opinions, comparisons, and predictions, but the reality is that the statistics, the consistency, and the overall impact on the field point decisively in one direction. This is not merely a conversation about home runs, RBIs, or flashy moments caught in highlight reels. This is a conversation about sustained excellence, about a player who has carried his team through the highs and lows of a long, grueling season, and who has delivered at every opportunity to ensure his team remains competitive in the toughest league in baseball. The MVP race in the American League has often been close in past seasons, with multiple candidates putting up impressive numbers and leaving voters with difficult decisions. But this year, the distinction could not be more obvious, and yet, the debate continues, fueled by narratives and buzz rather than the cold, hard facts of the season. At the heart of this conversation is a player who has not only put up incredible numbers, but who has also shown leadership, resilience, and an ability to perform under pressure. Aaron Judge, captain of the New York Yankees, has been the embodiment of consistency and dominance throughout the season, and his performance at the plate has been nothing short of historic. Even after missing 10 games due to injury, he has managed to compile statistics that place him at the very top of every major category, from batting average to on-base percentage, from slugging percentage to wins above replacement. Judge's ability to maintain such a high level of performance despite the challenges of a long season, and despite the physical and mental demands of being the face of one of the most storied franchises in sports history, speaks volumes about his value as a player. Every time he steps onto the field, he carries the expectations of a fan base, a franchise, and a league that knows exactly what he is capable of, and yet he continues to rise to the occasion. Of course, the discussion is not complete without acknowledging the remarkable season of Cal Raleigh, the switch-hitting catcher for the Seattle Mariners, who has also captured the attention of fans and analysts alike. Raleigh's season has been extraordinary, hitting an astonishing 58 home runs and driving in over 120 RBIs. For a catcher, a position that demands both defensive skill and stamina, those numbers are breathtaking and place him in the conversation for MVP, at least in terms of raw power and run production. Raleigh has played a crucial role in keeping the Mariners competitive in their division, and his performance has helped propel the team to a commanding position against the Houston Astros. It is understandable that he is being mentioned alongside Judge, especially when considering his remarkable power at the plate and his ability to deliver in clutch situations. However, when evaluating overall value in the American League, the numbers tell a different story. While Raleigh excels in home runs and RBIs, Aaron Judge's overall contribution extends far beyond those categories, encompassing hitting for average, reaching base consistently, producing runs, and contributing in ways that elevate the entire team's performance. Judge's ability to impact games in multiple dimensions, not just through power, is a key factor that separates him from every other candidate this season. Looking closer at the statistics, the difference becomes even more apparent. Judge leads the league in key metrics such as batting average, on-base percentage, slugging percentage, and wins above replacement, proving that his excellence is not limited to one aspect of the game. Even with fewer games played, due to his time on the injured list, he remains at the very top in all meaningful measures of performance. When evaluating raw power, Raleigh's 58 home runs are certainly impressive, but Judge's consistency, his ability to reach base, and his impact on each and every game cannot be overstated. The true measure of an MVP extends beyond singular statistics to encompass the overall influence a player has on his team's success. Judge has consistently put the Yankees in a position to win, whether through walks, hits, or simply creating pressure on opposing pitchers, and that kind of consistent value is what the MVP is truly meant to recognize. Furthermore, historical context reinforces Judge's candidacy. Comparisons to past MVP races highlight how exceptional his season has been. Players like José Altuve in 2017 were able to claim MVP honors largely due to hitting and batting average. Yet Judge surpasses those benchmarks in nearly every category, demonstrating a combination of power, consistency, and situational impact that is unprecedented in recent history. The argument that voter fatigue should affect his chances is weak when considering the sheer dominance of his performance. Judge is not relying solely on reputation or past achievements. His 2025 season is statistically his best in several key areas, including on-base percentage and slugging, showcasing a player who is at the peak of his abilities and continues to redefine what it means to be the most valuable in the league. In addition to his numbers, Judge's leadership and presence in the clubhouse are intangible factors that cannot be overlooked. He carries the weight of being the captain of the Yankees, a team with immense pressure and expectations every single day. Fans come to Yankee Stadium to see him perform, and time and again, he delivers. Unlike other candidates who may shine in bursts or in specific categories, Judge has been a model of reliability, delivering a high level of performance day in and day out. He not only contributes personally but also elevates those around him, helping younger players develop and creating a culture of winning that extends beyond the stat sheet. In a season where every game counts, that kind of influence is precisely what separates an MVP from a player having a great year. Even when considering advanced metrics and the nuances of the modern game, Judge remains the clear favorite. His performance in September, his ability to respond to challenges, and his consistency over the course of the entire season illustrate a player who embodies the true essence of value in baseball. While players like Raleigh, Schwarber, or other power hitters make compelling arguments in terms of individual achievements, the comprehensive nature of Judge's season, power, average, consistency, and leadership cements his position as the frontrunner. Every aspect of his game has been honed to perfection, and every stat line reinforces the notion that he is not only the best player on his team, but arguably the most complete player in the league this year. Ultimately, the MVP award is meant to recognize the player whose performance makes the most difference for his team, who consistently elevates the level of play around him, and who excels in multiple dimensions of the game. By all measures, Aaron Judge fulfills these criteria better than anyone else in the American League in 2025. The debate, while lively and entertaining for fans and analysts, should acknowledge that Judge's season is historic, not just in terms of power numbers or isolated statistics, but in terms of total impact, leadership, and consistent excellence across the board. His contributions define what it means to be truly valuable in a sport where every game matters and where the margin for error is razor thin. Continuing with the MVP conversation, it becomes clear that evaluating Aaron Judge's season requires looking beyond just home runs and RBIs. Baseball is a game of consistency, situational awareness, and the ability to make every plate appearance count, and Judge has excelled in every one of these areas. While Cal Raleigh's 58 home runs and 121 RBIs are undeniably impressive, they tell only part of the story. Raleigh has excelled as a power hitter, no question, but the game of baseball rewards players who contribute in multiple dimensions. Judge's approach at the plate, his plate discipline, his on-base skills, and his ability to drive in runs when it matters most showcase the type of player who defines a season, not just a moment. Judge's batting average of .326, combined with a league-leading on-base percentage of .451 and a slugging percentage of .672, paints the picture of a player who has been dominant from start to finish. These numbers are not inflated by short streaks or hot months. They reflect a season-long ability to control at-bats, to apply pressure to pitchers, and to create scoring opportunities in almost every game. Add to this his wins above replacement rating of 9.2, one of the highest in the league, and it becomes evident that Judge's overall contribution goes far beyond the traditional metrics. Every statistic underscores the same conclusion. He is the most valuable player not only for the Yankees but for the league as a whole. One of the remarkable aspects of Judge's season is how he has handled adversity. Missing 10 games might have been a setback for many players, but Judge returned without losing his rhythm or focus. He has been able to maintain elite performance even after time away from the lineup, demonstrating resilience and mental toughness. These qualities are essential when considering MVP value because they show that a player can carry his team through both highs and lows, ensuring that the team remains competitive in crucial games. In contrast, while Raleigh has been phenomenal, his value is concentrated in power statistics and run production, and the overall impact on every aspect of the team's performance is not as balanced as Judge's. Historically, MVP awards often reward players who combine individual excellence with tangible team impact, and Judge fits this mold perfectly. His leadership on and off the field has created an environment in which his teammates perform at a higher level, and his presence in the lineup changes the way opposing teams approach games. Pitchers have to adjust their strategies. Fielders have to be aware of his power and speed, and every decision in a game is influenced by his presence. This type of influence cannot be measured entirely in numbers, but is crucial when evaluating overall value. Judge's ability to alter the dynamic of a game in every inning is precisely what makes him stand out from other candidates in the MVP conversation. The comparison with previous MVP seasons further highlights Judge's dominance. Looking back at seasons like José Altuve's in 2017, it becomes clear how metrics such as batting average, on-base percentage, and overall offensive production have historically determined MVP winners. Judge surpasses many of these benchmarks by significant margins, illustrating that he is not only performing at an elite level, but also redefining the standards of excellence for modern baseball. While narrative elements such as voter fatigue or the desire to reward a new face sometimes enter the discussion, the objective data overwhelmingly supports Judge as the rightful recipient of the award. This season, the combination of statistics, consistency, leadership, and team impact makes it difficult to imagine another player surpassing him. Judge's approach at the plate has also been a study in balance and precision. Unlike some power hitters who focus solely on home runs, Judge has mastered the art of getting on base, driving in runs in key situations, and applying pressure consistently. His ability to maintain focus throughout the long season, adapt to different pitchers, and execute situational hitting demonstrates a level of skill that few players ever achieve. Every walk, every single, every home run contributes not just to personal statistics, but to the strategic advantage of the Yankees, and that kind of influence is exactly what MVP voting is meant to recognize. Judge is not just a player who can hit 50 or 60 home runs. He is a complete offensive threat who changes the game in every at-bat. Even when comparing Judge to other high-profile candidates like Kyle Schwarber or Shohei Ohtani, the distinction becomes clear. While Schwarber may have more raw home runs and Ohtani combines pitching with hitting, Judge's total package, offensive dominance, plate discipline, consistency, leadership, and impact on team success, creates an unparalleled value profile. The American League MVP is meant to honor the player whose presence and performance make the greatest difference over the course of a season, and Judge exemplifies this more than anyone else in 2025. Raleigh's historic power is noteworthy, but when placed against Judge's overall contribution, the numbers, context, and impact align decisively with Judge. Moreover, Judge's September performance has been emblematic of his season-long excellence. As the postseason approaches, he has maintained focus, hit in crucial moments, and delivered when the stakes are highest. This kind of clutch performance, combined with season-long consistency, demonstrates a rare ability to perform under pressure, a quality that separates great players from truly historic ones. Every at-bat, every plate appearance, every game he participates in creates a ripple effect for the Yankees, influencing pitcher decisions, defensive alignments, and ultimately the outcome of games. This type of multidimensional influence is exactly what makes a player most valuable, and Judge's performance leaves little doubt in this regard. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. Baseball fans, hold on to your caps because the rumor mill is spinning faster than ever. Word on the street is that José Ramírez, the sensational slugger known for his bat speed, clutch hitting, and jaw-dropping defensive plays, is reportedly headed to the New York Yankees. The news, still unconfirmed by official channels, has already set social media ablaze, with fans and insiders speculating about the seismic shift this could represent in the American League. Sources whisper that the Yankees, long rumored to be seeking a game-changing infielder to bolster their lineup, finally found their answer in Ramírez. If the deal goes through, it wouldn't just be a signing. It would be a historic statement, signaling the franchise's relentless pursuit of championship glory. Imagine Ramírez patrolling third base at Yankee Stadium, the roar of the crowd swelling with every hit, every stolen base, every daring slide into home plate. The Yankees lineup, already formidable, would suddenly become almost unstoppable, blending power, speed, and veteran savvy in ways that could make opposing pitchers sweat bullets. Rumors hint that negotiations have been intense, with both sides reportedly willing to move mountains to make this happen. While the exact contract terms remain under wraps, insiders suggest that this could be one of the biggest free agent deals in recent memory. And while Yankees fans are daydreaming about pennants and World Series rings, baseball pundits are already debating the ripple effects across the league. Could this spark a domino effect, with other top-tier players chasing big-market glory? Could this tilt the balance of power in the AL East for years to come? Even if this is just a burble in the rumor mill, the idea of José Ramírez donning the iconic pinstripes has fans buzzing like never before. Every tweet, every rumor thread, every whispered tip at the local sports bar adds fuel to the fire. The countdown begins, not to the first pitch, but to the official announcement that could turn whispers into history. Stay tuned, because if this story is true, we're witnessing the start of a new era in New York baseball. The excitement is palpable, the stakes enormous, and the potential legendary. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.